Catastrophic, epic, disastrous. Words used by city leaders to describe what's happening in Houston. And this is just the beginning.
This is just day 2. We anticipate day 3, day 4.
The city of more than 2 million has come to a standstill, with people warned to stay home, even if water is inside their house.
Let me introduce you to Danielle here. Danielle, you just arrived. Share with us how you were rescued.
Some guys had called our phone and asked us where we were. We was waiting for the police for like 36 hours and they never came. And we was waiting at the home. We did the white flags and everything and nobody came. But then somebody had called the phone after we decided to leave the house and we had walked to the gas station with the kids. And then they had called and came and picked us up. But we had been there like 5 days with no food and no lights and nobody came. Like nobody came.
He called me one morning at 3:30 in the morning, and he was pretty moved. He was basically crying, and I was like, "Man, what's going on?" He said, "Man, I've seen something on TV that's really touched me, and I want to reach out to people in Houston." And I said, "Man, I tell you what, we can make it happen, but what I need you to do is turn your TV off, turn on Facebook, get some sleep, and we'll work on it in the morning." And by God's grace, look what it's turned into.
I'm Hollywood Evans from Memphis, Tennessee. Today is like the 7th or 8th day that we've been involved in it. So today we finally arrived, me and my team, and we got an 18-wheeler full of everything. We got toothbrushes, baby Pampers, adult Pampers, a lot of perishable things, some food. 3:30 in the morning, 3:45. I never forget because my buddy tells me. I called
Hollywood. He called me one morning at 3:30 in the morning.
I said, "Hey man," I called him crying on the phone, really.
And he was pretty moved. He was basically crying. And I was like, "Man, what's going on?"
Man, we got to do something, man. I saw this guy, he was walking, he was on Facebook, he was walking, a news anchor guy, a lady came up to him and said, you know, "What is your name?" He said, "I'm Jeremiah or something." And the guy said, "What's your son name?" He said, "Jeremiah Jr." And man, it just touched my heart. And I said, "Man, we got to do something to help these guys out, man. We got to get down there and do something. We can't save everybody, but we're going to do something to get back."
He said, "Man, I've seen something on TV that's really touched me, and I want to reach out to people in Houston." And I said, "Man, I tell you what, we can make it happen. But what I need you to do is turn your TV off, turn on Facebook, get some sleep, and we'll work on it in the morning." And by God's grace, look what it's turned into.
I'm Mortez Washington. I'm actually an executive vice president of MyEcon. So I was telling a friend of mine that, hey, I want to help. I want to load an 18-wheeler. Another friend of mine said, well, I know a guy that's already doing that. And so she gave me this number. I gave him a call, and the rest is history.
And, you know, everybody got together, came by, donated food, everything, all these supplies that we see out here, we brought out here. And it's just a blessing to be able to be accepted and for everybody to, you know, come together and for a good cause, you know, because it doesn't always happen. So we just came out and this is beautiful, man.
Did what we did, got it full, and we had a whole bunch of people volunteer a lot of stuff. And then on top of that, we had a lot of people volunteer to come help us load the truck. And even though we didn't even have enough room to get everything on the truck, once we got the truck filled, we ended up having to take off about 25,000 pounds because it was 25,000 pounds too heavy. So we just gave that to the local charities and people in need, women's shelters and church.
That's the thing about it. All you have to do is ask in Jesus' name, and it shall be given unto you. So I just want to say, man, that it was a journey.
You know, I'm representing my Orange Mound. I'm representing my kick the front door, kickball, and my business One Solution. So we're just trying to put all my friends that hang out together. I said, let's put it together and make something happen.
Just finished unloading the 18-wheeler, baby, we brought down last night. Guess what? We're here together as a team. No race, no color, none of that matters right now. We're here to work together. We can't save the world, but we can help each other. So guess what? We're going to finish this by saying one of my favorite hashtags, y'all, okay? All right, are y'all ready for this? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are.
Because of your efforts, men have been represented for the past 5 years. It says, love thy neighbor as thyself. And so, if you watch the video, the commentary was he heard the voice that said that people need help. They need help. He called hot sauce. His partner. They need help. And so, again, unselfish concern for the welfare of others. This award is about sacrifice and service.
All right.
Who would have thought a boy from Orange Mound, Tennessee would have went viral with a post? And the city of Memphis came to Orange Mound. I'm talking about the city of Memphis and the county of Shelby all showed up for this event. And I think Pastor said it best. They started in Jerusalem and they had to spread out. You notice what my brother was sitting at the back, he said, there was so much that we had to offload the truck. And we had to bless Memphis before we hit 40
really?
To go to Texas.
Sure did.
So on behalf of the men of Memphis United, honoring Willie, I'm going to say D. Hallelujah Evans III for your visionary and dedicated leadership in helping unite the city of Memphis on October 24th, 2017. Again, sponsored by Dr. Jerry Payne, the President, the Executive Board, and the members of the Men of Memphis United.
Thank you. Okay, I'll start talking. Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate it. It's an honor to be here today. I actually had about a 6-page letter to read, but unfortunately, I left it at my desk, everywhere at the pew. I got it. Oh, my goodness. Most people say Orange Mound natives can't read, but I really can do it by myself. When you're speaking from the heart, you really don't need it. And I'm going to keep my composure because this was a special cause for someone who needed us. Okay, so let me be patient here. First, I'd like to say give honor to God, pastor, friends, First Lady, of course, men of Memphis, my boy DP. It's a great honor to be here. Many of you may know me through Facebook, Instagram, social media, or even the events that we have in my backyard. You know me. But guess what? I'm not perfect. I want to read something to you. John 1, 8 through 10. It says, if you go around bragging, we have no sin. Then we are fooling ourselves and are strangers to the truth. But if we own up to our sins, God shows us that He is faithful and trusts by forgiving us of our sins and purifying us from the pollution of all the bad things we have done. I've sinned in my life more than one time, maybe today, maybe last week, or even a month ago. But I serve a God that has blessed me. He's given me chances 2 times, 3 times, or even 4. But I got a God that also blessed me with good friends, buddies, friends, my mother, my job, opportunities that I've had, my career. But guess what? I'm still a work in progress. How did all this begin? It was just a conversation on Facebook. A young lady on the kickball page said, Hollywood, what are you going to do about Houston? I called Tammy. I said, Tammy, y'all know Tammy. I call her Uncle Tammy. That's my buddy. I said, Tammy, who is this on Facebook talking about what am I going to do about Houston Harvey? I don't know. So a few days went by. I'm going to speed this up. A few days went by. So I went to bed, as you saw in the video, and I woke up through the middle of the night about 3:30. I called my buddy Hot Sauce. I call him Hot Panera. But his name is Hot Sauce. His name is Alvin Cry. So I called him and I said, man, we got to do something about this here. He said, well, man, we'll load these trailers up. We'll just take a roll. We'll head out tomorrow. I said, yeah, okay, we can do that. That's cool. Well, guess what? It didn't work like that. So I put a post on Facebook and I said, hey, I need everybody to come by, bring some things by, and all that. So guess what? I got a 4-car garage in my backyard. We had to unload every car out, and we loaded it up. Men in Memphis, they were one of the first ones. They brought like 3-4 cases of water. With over 2,000 cases of water, plenty of food, 2 pallets of Pampers, a lot of perishable things, baby milk, socks, toothbrushes. We had an overflow. Guess what? The God that I serve, I had no place to go drop this off. So there was a phone call from another phone call that came by. Guess what? God made it happen. We took it to the Firefighter Association right there in Houston, Texas. Now that's a miracle because we had nowhere to go. The other opportunity God gave me is that we had more than 2 20-foot trailers full of stuff. So one buddy called another buddy, Hubba Bubba, called my boy Butler in Batesville, and he gave me a free 18-wheeler trailer, which was a 53-foot trailer. And that was a blessing. And I'm gonna read one more thing to you. I'm almost done. We're gonna talk to you about Hebrews 13 through 16. Do not neglect to do good and to share what you have, for such sacrifice are pleasing by God. If we fail to do good and do not share what we have, we are neglecting others. Well, let me tell you about me. I serve a mission of myself. Each year, I serve a mission, meaning that Orange Mound, Melrose, I do a backpack drive. So I try to put back, and that's what I'm saying. God give you things and give you opportunities, advantages that some people don't have. And when you have that, you have to what? Give back. And that's who I am. I was raised from my mom. And that is so important because things like that are important that's inside of you. We also, the kickball league that we have, we give back to Port of Lee. If some of you don't know what Port of Lee is, it's like a black orphanage here. And also we do cancer walks, and those are my missions that I have. And what I've learned through this is that tragedies do not discriminate at all. Whether it doesn't discriminate. We got no race, no color, no national origin, no age, and no sex. And God continue to bless us even though. And we all need to glorify Him. I'd like to thank Men of Memphis. Enjoy working with you guys side by side. And I appreciate you guys giving me an opportunity. But I cannot accept this recognition without thanking all the volunteers who helped me out in Orange Mound. People sorted things out. You should have seen it, or you haven't seen the pictures. They sorted out items, they labeled things, they boxed things, they separated the baby clothes from the adult clothes, they separated the baby shoes from the adult shoes. It was very important. I have to thank you guys. Last but not least, and I'm almost through, I need my team to stand up. Hot Sauce, Tasha, Tammy, Melissa, my crew, Mortez, my nephew. Come on, Debos, Deb, all you guys. Y'all give them a hand. All right, y'all, now sit down. Now sit down. Now, my girl Tammy, I want her to stand up. Don't you sit down. When I tell you you got a good friend, that girl take care of me. That is my partner. I'm gonna give you one short story and I'm finished. I say that all the time. It may 5 more minutes. I don't know. We started a kickball league. I had no one to help me. No one. I called Tammy. Tammy said, don't worry about it. I got it. She called the park commission. She called the lady. She found out the fees. She found out what we're going to do with the foundation. That's just one. I had a contract that kind of paid a lot of my bills, if y'all understand. And they got bought out by another contract. Tammy, the lady said, if you want this contract, you have to redo this contract and give me a reason why we should keep One Solution. I owe you, Tammy. I appreciate that. My point is you have to have someone on your team. It takes a unity. It takes more than one. And we have to stick together to make things happen in life. Very important. All right, as I go ahead on. There's a song that I love. I love the lyrics, but I cannot sing this song. But I'm gonna give you the lyrics and I'm about to sit down, I promise. I'm done in 35 seconds, you can count this right. Okay, so check this out. And I think this church has probably seen it before, or seen it before, so check it out. This is it. I've been working for Jesus a long time and I'm not tired yet. You hear me? I've been running for Jesus a long time and I'm not tired yet. I've got to get going. It's a mighty hard fight. I'm not tired yet. I've been serving the Lord a long time. I'm not tired yet. I've been living for God a long time. I'm not tired yet. And my last one, I've been praying for him a long time. I'm not tired yet. Thank you.